You want some?
Of course. No words. Unbelievably
Exactly.
good.
Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another edition of Cooking with Varun. Today I'm making a dish especially for my children and more especially for my older daughter Amara, who's behind the camera.
Hi.
And it's called Char Siu Bao. Traditionally, a very nice Chinese dish, traditionally made with pork. So you have pork that's going to be marinated, then we're going to have some baos that we'll steam later on, and we'll get it all together and you'll see the end result. So first we make our marinade, so we just pour our ingredients in here. I've actually made a syrup of brown sugar just for convenience so that it blends well. You could just put regular sugar in there, that's about 100 grams of it. And then I need about 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Two tablespoons of dark soy. You want to use dark soy in this recipe. That should be good right there. And then I'm going to add some vinegar as well. That's also 2 tablespoons. So measure that out. And then I need some honey. So 2 tablespoons of that as well. Now I'm making these with baos today, but you can actually have char siu pork with rice as well. Then we're going to add our spice powder. For this we actually just need 2 teaspoons. That's 1 and another one. Alright, so we've got that done, and I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. Not too much, about half a teaspoon's worth should be good. And of course our food coloring. You don't have to add this, it's entirely optional. This is, since I'm making it for the kids, just want to make it bright and pretty. About a quarter teaspoon worth. And we give this a stir, make sure we get those ingredients combined, and we should be good to go. So I'm just going to add my meat. Now what I've done with it, this is pork belly. I've actually scored the meat, put some holes in it so the marinade gets through. So we'll just toss that in there. And this is nearly about 1 kg of meat. That's because that's how much my kids are going to eat. So now this is going to go and marinate in a refrigerator after covering for about 24 hours. Okay, so this has been marinating for about 24 hours. It's good to go in the oven. And today it's going to be a team effort because we have the char siu part of it, but we also have the bao. And I have my bao expert, my wife, with me. She's going to explain the process to you.
Hi everyone. I have made the dough 2 hours ago. It has all-purpose flour, water, milk, olive oil, sugar, salt and yeast. And I have to prove it for another half an hour before I can start making the baos.
Okay, so getting back to where we were, my oven has been preheating. It's at 200 degrees C, which is about the temperature where I want it. Make sure when you put these on, you have a tray under it because this is going to drip quite a bit. And we'll pop it in there for 15 minutes. And after 15 minutes, I'm going to turn them over and then they should be done. I'm going to put that on first. So 15 minutes and we'll be back. Okay, so we're about 15 minutes in. I'm going to turn those in just a second, but what I've also done is taken the rest of my sauce and I'm reducing it down so I can coat my meat with it later on. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these. In the meantime, Anu is going to talk about the next step in the bao.
We need to also start working on the baos. Let's take it out on our surface and roll it a little bit. Cut them to size and put them in our steamer. Wow, it's tripled in size. They are nice. I can see a lot of air pockets in here. Put just a little bit of flour, not too much. Just roughly rolling it out because we have to make them about an inch in height to get uniform size. I am going to use a glass. The rim of the glass works perfectly fine. And all we're gonna do is I've cut a few circles. All I'm gonna do now is pat a little bit of oil on one surface, fold it into half, and give it a slight push just to get the correct shape, and that's it. These are gonna go into the steamer. We're gonna steam them after half an hour. It has to rest for half an hour in the steamer.
Okay, folks, we're at the home stretch. We already have some baos that are proving over here. So we have 3 of them. Those need to sit for about 20 more minutes, a total of 30 minutes. So we let them sit, add some water steaming, or boiling rather, for my steamer. And my sauce has been reduced down nicely, beautiful, shiny, thick consistency. And it's time to take out the meat. Look at how gorgeous that looks. Okay, so that is good to go. All we need to do is slice it up. So I'm going to show you how to slice this, and we'll finish that up. In the meantime, the baos are going. So you take a very sharp knife, and you want to get nice, even sections. So I'll use a fork and cut right through my meat. And you can see how well that's done. So we want sections that are about 1 centimeter thick, not too thick, not too thin either.
Our water is boiling. The baos have rested for half an hour. Now we need to put them on the steamer. Make sure the hot water does not touch the baos, otherwise you will have sticky baos. It's nice and round. That's how we want them.
That's going to take about 8-10 minutes.
8 to 12 minutes. We're going to open it after 10 minutes and give a gap over here for 2 minutes. Let the steam escape, and then they should be ready to come out.
In the meantime, I have a nice sticky sauce. I'm just going to drizzle my meat with some of the sauce. That's perfect. And of course, I did cut some of the meat on camera right after I took it out of the oven. But do keep in mind, folks, with any meat, you want that to rest for a few minutes before you actually cut. So I did cut the rest of the meat after it had rested for about 5 minutes. So that's looking good. And I am, since we're waiting, I'm really tempted, so I might as well give this a taste. My sauce on there. Oh, you want one? Oh, here you go. Excellent. 8 minutes, we'll be back.
These baos have been in here for 10 minutes. We're just going to open it for a few seconds. We're just going to open the steam, let it cool for a few seconds, and then we can take it out.
Okay. Put them on my plate, and you can see you have a nice little gap for the filling, and look how soft that bun is. So what I'm going to do is first get some of my pork in here. One of my daughters who is standing right behind the camera right now, I'm sure they're going to grab this as soon as it's done. And in no particular order, we'll add the toppings. There's some fried onion. I've got some pickled cucumber. And get some pickled carrots as well on there. Some cilantro. Of course, some green onions. Take the chili peppers and put just maybe 1 or 2 of them on there. And that's it. That's your Char Siu Bao. For good measure, I'm gonna just drizzle it with some sauce as well. There you go.